I'm going to talk to you today about something that very few people know about by name. It's called hostile attribution bias. A mouthful, I know. Most people have never heard of this term, yet almost everyone who has dealt with a narcissistic behavior has experienced it. This one concept will help you understand why a narcissist can explode over nothing, misinterpret your tone, twist your words, or accuse you of things you never said or meant. Hi, my name is Michele Paradise, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel, where I bring evidence-based information coupled with my own lived personal experiences to help you navigate the most important relationship in your life, which is the one with yourself. So let's get started. But before we do, let me remind you, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. And if you have subscribed, press the notification button so you don't miss any of my future videos. So hostile attribution bias is the tendency to interpret ambiguous social cues as hostile or threatening. It means the person assumes negative intent even when the situation is neutral. I'm going to give you some really simple examples. So someone pauses before replying. So they're asked a question and they may pause and then speak. A narcissist interprets it as anger. You sigh because you're tired. They interpret it as disrespect. You ask a calm question. They interpret it as an attack. Nothing you said was hostile, but they react as if you meant to hurt them. This bias is subconscious. It happens instantly, and once their mind has decided that you offended them, their emotional system reacts as if it is true, even when it is not grounded in reality. Hostile attribution bias is especially common in vulnerable narcissism, which is the subtype characterized by hypersensitivity, shame, and a deep need for validation. These individuals live with an internal fear of inadequacy. They feel easily exposed, criticized, or rejected. So they scan their environment for signs of danger. Their nervous system becomes primed for threat, which means they often misread normal human behavior as hostile. This is why communication with them can feel like walking into landmines or walking on eggshells. A completely harmless comment can trigger a disproportionate reaction. At the core of hostile attribution bias in narcissism is shame. We know this is a shame-based condition personality type. Shame is the feeling of, I am not good enough. Narcissists cannot process this feeling in a healthy way. It is way too painful for them to sit with it. So when a small cue triggers their shame, they project it outwards. And we know that projection is one of the big moves of a narcissistic personality type, because they can't let you see what's going on inside of them. So they project it onto you as if it's something you're doing. But actually, it's giving you lots of cues that that's what's going on inside of them. So instead of feeling, I am flawed, they instantly shift to, you hurt me. You disrespected me. You attacked me. Deferring responsibility and blaming others is their big move. The attack they believe came from you is really a reflection of the attack they feel inside themselves. This is why their reactions feel out of proportion. You are not causing their emotional response, their shame is. So here are some common examples you may recognize. You change your tone slightly, and they accuse you of speaking rudely. You forget something small, and they insist you do not care. You say something neutral, and they insist, you meant it as a dig, I know you did. You take a moment to yourself and they claim you are abandoning them. You set a boundary and they insist you are attacking them. To you, these moments are ordinary. To them, they are evidence that you are the enemy. It is exhausting, confusing, and destabilizing because you begin monitoring every word, every expression, every breath to avoid their reaction. Yeah, you can see the gaslighting aspect of this, I'm sure. So this is how the cycle of emotional control begins. Once their mind decides you meant harm, the emotional reaction is automatic. It's a muscle memory. They just default into it. They may raise their voice. They may accuse you, shut down, withdraw, punish you with silence, get defensive, or escalate into full-blown rage. So I remember this with my father. He went from 0 to 100 in a split second, and we had no idea why. But it was really a projection of all of the things that were bubbling up inside of him, all his unresolved trauma, unprocessed trauma, and unmet needs. So you end up focusing on calming them down. Yeah, that was it. I became the good girl, the quiet girl, go to my room, whatever. But you trying to calm them down, even though you did nothing wrong, is really unhealthy for you, because their reaction becomes the center of the room. Your needs disappear, and you start absorbing blame for feelings that do not belong to you. And as I had a people-pleasing, fawning energy and a way of protecting myself, I was dumbing myself down and going inside, which wasn't healthy at all. So this is how hostile attribution bias becomes a direct pathway to aggression and emotional abuse. Over time, you may start second-guessing yourself like you do with gaslighting. You may become hypervigilant. That was me. You may lose your voice. You may stop expressing your needs or your truth. You learn to prioritize their reactions over your own well-being. But you need to hear this clearly. Their interpretation is not your responsibility. Their shame is not yours to fix, and their emotional explosions are not caused by your behavior. You are not the problem. Understanding this pattern does not excuse their behavior, but it helps you stop personalizing it. When someone consistently misinterprets neutral behavior as hostility, you are dealing with their wound, not your wrongdoing. If this resonates, you are not alone. You are not imagining it, and you deserve relationships where you are not punished for simply existing. If you found this helpful, please hit the subscribe button, share it with a friend, and stay with me for more education, clarity, and tools for emotional freedom. All that remains for me to say is thank you very much, and please stay safe.